I feel like this is one of those questions where I could just list off a whole laundry list of ones, but I'll try and focus on just a couple. One of them, and myself being new to Cornell, which I already mentioned, one of the things that really struck me when I learned about this opportunity and when I was making the move here to Cornell is the really broad but also deep level of support for project teams and understanding of just the value that they bring to really creating engineers and students in general that have this kind of really multidisciplinary rich experience as a part of their time here. It was so clear to me, talking to people across the college and across the university, that there's like a recognition and an acknowledgement of the value that this type of experience brings to the student and real support that goes behind that. I've met wonderful colleagues, across the college and across the university that are excited about, partnering with me to make sure that the students on project teams are having, the best experience that they can on those teams, thinking about things like leadership development and team building, thinking about how to connect them with even more community partners and how to do community-based learning in a really thoughtful and intentional way. And again, the list for that goes on, but I think that's one thing. It is, the largest program of its kind in the country, and that's not by accident. Like Cornell collectively and Cornell Engineering for sure, there's a real belief that this is important and it's valuable, and that they're going to support that in lots of different ways. And that's really special and really unique. I would say the other one, and this is one of those things that we really stand out from other programs like this, is the level of curricular integration that we have. So many of the students who are participating on project teams are also earning academic credit for the work that they're doing on those teams. And we work closely with the faculty advisors and with the different schools and departments that they're a part of, to figure out what exactly that looks like. But it is, much more common for it to be kind of a purely co-curricular experience, which is still hugely valuable in all the ways that we've talked about. But the fact that it is also integrated and can be sort of aligned with the other learning that's happening for them in their other classes and, and in their, engineering major or their overall course of study, just has that additional level of sort of power and impact. It's not happening in a vacuum or totally separate. That level of integration with what's happening in the curriculum is pretty special.